KD.
Good evening, good people, and welcome to another episode of Tea Time with TOCOMBAMARIA. And I am your host, TOCOMBAMARIA, joined by the lovely Tyrone.
Hey.
What's up, Ty?
Man, nothing much, baby.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can we give a hand clap of praise for our
Yes.
maestro bringing us in?
That sultry baritone voice. Thank you, Goldie. I appreciate it.
Radio.com.
Okay.
I think he said thank you.
All right. Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. That's great. I love it. So, what's going on, Ty? Nothing much.
Another day in the life. I got my cherry pop the other day.
Okay, please do explain.
Had my first heckler.
Really?
Now, I've had people talk during my sets before, but this is the first time somebody like, I don't like what you're saying.
Are you serious?
Sir, yeah.
What were you doing? What piece of material?
Oh, arrogance of women, of course. And this was an older black lady, which threw me off. I had jokes for niggas, so my initial response was "shut up, bitch." But I was my act hadn't been "shut up, bitch" up to that point. So I'm like, let me try to just play with her a little bit. But it went well. It was good.
How did you calm her down though? And was she serious or was she just messing with you?
She was. I'm like, what? You act like you don't like me? What you don't like? She was like, yo, act. I'm like, you gonna come up here, lady, try to embarrass me in front of my friends, and I'm trying to show you a good time with your joyless ass, right? So but it was cool. It was fun, man. I saw her after the thing. I bought her a drink. You know? Yeah.
Okay.
That's my auntie now.
That's your auntie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you made a friend out of the heckler.
Yeah. But you never know, because
crazy.
I was not expecting older black woman heckler. Like, I had jokes in mind. Like,
why would you not expect an older black woman? I don't get it.
I don't know. I had stuff for younger black women. I was expecting some ratchet chick to lash out. I wasn't expecting, Auntie Felicia to.
And Auntie got you.
Auntie, yeah.
She was waiting in the wings. You were talking trash about women. Yeah. I mean, how could you not think that a seasoned woman wouldn't have something to say about that?
Because she knows that she wrong too. I bet you one of them stories applied to her.
Yeah, that's
like,
probably when she jumped up like, hey, I don't like what you're saying.
Who told you?
Your whole act. That was your first heckler?
First direct heckler.
Okay.
Like I said, I've had people talk during my shows before, but first time it was like,
yeah.
It was almost a boo. It was pretty much a boo.
She was clowning you.
Yeah, she ain't like it.
Wow.
Drunk ass.
I mean, you were drunk too, probably.
Yeah. What about you though? How was your week?
My weekend was cool. No, my weekend was cool. I didn't do too much. Didn't go out. I had grand plans of going somewhere, and I just didn't. Yeah, I just stayed home.
Hey, you got options. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Can we just shout out your outfit looking like a sexy viper today?
Thank you. Yes, it's you can't even see my shoes, but my boots actually match my shirt to a T. I almost feel like I need to show you.
Snake down to
Not
the
by putting my ankle behind my head.
Go kick your legs up, baby.
We're not doing yoga today.
Go kick your legs up.
I did that this morning.
Oh, don't take the shoe off. That's on me all day. Oh, look at you.
But yeah, see how well it matches?
Man,
yeah.
You gotta coordinate.
Coordinate. That's right, coordinate. I got something else for you that matches.
Oh, what?
Now I'm not about to take my pants off.
I'm about to say, you got the snakeskin thong on. I know it's real.
No. No, but it's still real. And then
it seemed like a snake should just come past and be like,
right.
Sexy. Y'all are silly. But thank you for liking my snake.
Yeah. I heard it too.
You heard it.
I didn't even know how to rebuttal that. I'm like,
yeah, you were a little perplexed. Like, she got a snake? Oh, and
killed the whole fantasy. It's over.
You're so goofy. Anyway, so I'm drinking today coquito.
Coquito.
Yes, and I made it myself. I do have some coming. I know I have some coming, but I just wanted to try my hand at making it. And so I looked up some recipes until I found one that seemed the most authentic.
Yeah.
And I made it.
What's it? Cause it looks like a stomach ache. What's in it?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're lactose intolerant, it's a whole problem in here.
Okay.
Like, it's a whole problem. So it's some sweetened condensed milk. It is cream of coconut. It is some other kind of milk. and a whole lot of rum.
And a whole lot of rum.
A whole lot of rum. And then there's spices. There's cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla extract.
Oh, it's like a holiday drink.
Yeah, it's a holiday drink. You know, people think it's eggnog, but there is no egg product in here at all.
Yeah.
It's
It's vegan friendly.
No, because it's got
it's
cream.
got milk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got milk, so
Okay,
it's not vegan friendly. No, not at all. It's not at all vegan friendly. I did learn about a new product. I didn't realize that there was a lactose-free sweetened condensed milk, which was almost stupid for me to get because there's other milk, there's other lactose in there, but whatever. Cut it where you can. So
Yeah.
Cut it. So yeah, cut it.
Yeah, I don't be knowing, man.
It's so good.
I'm not responsible enough to be vegan. Like, to be checking everything. Like, oh, this guy.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, this got bird fingers in it or some shit.
That's a lot of work. And I mean, to be honest, I like animal products. Now, we know I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat other animals, but I mean, I'm going to need some butter and I'm going to need some cream and I'm going to need some things that come from animals. And I do eat eggs. Does that make me an ovo pescatarian? I don't know.
Maybe. I think y'all do it just to be elitist. Like, I
No,
give up
not at
meat
all.
years ago. I'm better
I
than all
was
of you.
raised a vegetarian though, so it's not, it's not far from, and it's just healthier. It's not healthy to eat cows and pigs and
The pig ain't never did
all
nothing
of
to me.
that.
The pig been my friend.
Just all that meat and what it takes to digest it. And I feel better. Like I feel lighter. I just feel healthier, So.
Yeah.
But I've been a pescatarian for numerous years now. So.
The most I ever did was intermittent fasting because I used to get paid every 2 weeks. So it'd be like that 1 week, like, all right, well, guess we're going to be fasting until next week.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, you're a comedian though. What else? What
That's
else?
my life. That really happened.
So you sound a little snarfly
Yeah.
today. You almost cussed me out earlier when I said snarfly. You
'Cause
thought I was calling you something bad.
I didn't know what you called me. Yes.
That's my word for when you sound congested and it's
Yeah.
all in your nose and your chest and you need some Vicks
Yeah.
about your chest and a towel and tuck it into your
I've noticed from your
pajama
reaction,
tie.
you can't be regular sick around black folk.
No.
She was like, nigga, what you got? Go.
I was like this before COVID, though. I just, and I'm not a germaphobe necessarily, but I get sick easily, so I tend to pick up stuff easily.
We can
so
stick together. It's all right.
No,
I rub your back, you rub mine. Put the Vicks on.
You know what?
You get better.
So what's wrong with you? You ain't got the.
I think I'm just
You ain't
regular.
got the COVID.
No.
You ain't got the 19.
Man, look. So I was when I first got sick. Man, my mama sent the nurse up to my place. She's like, "Go swab this nigga and find out."
I like it in her.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
I
she
like
don't
it in
play.
her. I appreciate that.
She don't play. So I don't have COVID. It's just regular.
A regular cold.
Yeah.
Okay. It is cold and flu season.
Right.
So every cough is not the COVID cough.
They should retire all that other shit because of the COVID. Like all the other sicknesses should just be.
It would be nice if they went away,
Yeah.
but since that's not how that works. And you know what? Because never mind. We won't even go there. I'll talk to you offline about that.
Okay.
But yeah, so are you feeling better than you were?
Yeah. Oh man, I was down. The
You thought
first
you was
day.
about to be downstairs in the
I
main
thought it
room?
was over with. Like, oh Jesus, help! Call pastor. I was just all jacked up, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
well,
but,
I'm glad you're getting better. I'm
yeah.
glad you didn't miss the show today because that'd have been a problem.
I did it via satellite. Hello.
Really, via satellite.
Am I still lovely?
Ever so slightly. But yeah, I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're here. And Goldie was under the weather last week, man. Yeah. I'm glad he's okay because I was a little worried.
Yeah,
that
man.
was definitely, that didn't sound good at all. So I'm glad that he's getting better. He sounds a little snarfly too, but he sounds a lot better than he did last week.
I sound snarfly.
Just a little, just ever so slightly. Not when you're doing that, but
This is how I talk when I'm close to your ear. I don't want to make your eardrums pop.
Okay, so thank you, Goldie. So today we are talking about the evolution of man.
Yes.
And what do I mean by the evolution of man? Really, we're just talking about growing up and evolving, not just growing up chronologically, because as long as you're breathing, you're going to do that. But growing as a human being, evolving and discovering new things about yourself and making improvements, tweaking and fine tuning those things about you that don't serve you that well, which I mean, of course, that takes somewhat deep diving, which is not comfortable to do. But I personally feel like everybody should grow and evolve until they can't.
Yeah.
Until you'll never get to a point where you know everything. So there's no reason to stop. You'll never get to a point where you actually arrive. So, why stop? Just keep going.
Yeah.
And see how far you can get. But for you, Ty, how would you think about the younger Tyrone? God, that's almost scary to think about. No,
I'm still the younger Tyrone. Ain't that no?
Anyway, no, think about the younger Tyrone, the adolescent Tyrone, or even take it way back to the child, the prepubescent Tyrone. But how would you describe yourself? Like, what kind of how would you have interacted? You, Tyrone, now interacted with the younger you.
Wow. I don't know. I was always kind of like a weirdo. Like I was right. Like I kind of kicked it with everybody, but I wasn't part of no group.
Okay.
That was younger me, and I liked it like that. Like, all right, I want to be friends for like a couple minutes. It don't need to be the whole semester.
That reeks of commitment issues very early on, does it not? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if everybody love me, I don't need to commit to nobody. That's what I say.
And that's something that maybe hasn't left, but that's okay. I don't know.
But I think that's always been my thing, though. Just started off, I was always wanting to be friends with people, you know what I'm saying, and always wanting to, and like whatever group, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to talk to the jocks and the chess club and the audio video club, and
Right.
I'm trying to learn all this stuff.
Did you feel like you were more easily accepted by everything else if you didn't commit to one particular lane?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Because nobody would identify you as or put you in the pocket of this one thing.
Yeah.
You are.
And look, maybe you're right about the commitment issues, like the requirements. Just stopping through and kicking it was totally different than I'm joining the club.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, no, I wasn't out. It was tongue in cheek, sure. But no, yeah, it does. It
It's
reeks.
not a problem for me. It might be what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes things are what they are. Right. And even when things are what they are, that's such a vague it is what it is. Well, what the hell is it?
Well, you better hope it ain't.
Right. Right. You damn sure better hope it's not what it is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No,
What were you
no,
gonna
go
say?
on, go
I
on.
was going to ask you about younger Tacoma.
The younger me,
Yeah.
the younger me was vastly different than the current me. The younger me was, I can remember my grandfather used to, and it's probably why I like riding around now in cars, being the passenger, because he used to just go for drives, take me for drives, different places. And during this time of year, take us to see the lights and that sort of thing. But he was hard of hearing for ever since I can remember, he was hard of hearing, had his hearing aids and everything. And I was a very quiet talker. And I remember that he would always have to tell me to speak up. Like he would always tell me, speak up. I can't hear you. Speak up. I'm not loud.
You're a little.
I am not loud. Anyway, no, but he would have to tell me to speak up because I was just very, very softly spoken. And I don't know, I was like timid. I was quite timid when I was younger. Shy. I'm still shy, but I recognize now I was very, very much an introvert then. I'm still one now, but I'm like an extroverted introvert. It's weird.
I wouldn't describe you as timid. Like, when did it start to change from what you thought was timid to the woman you are now?
Well, the in-between period from then till now was during my marriage. Because even at the beginning of that, I was quite quiet. But you can only take so much of stuff before things start to, rise up out of you and you start acting a different sort of a way. So I just got tired of all the mess, and I don't know, I developed this thing, and I won't necessarily say it was a good thing, but I mean, I can recall before developing that thing, we would be in restaurants. I wouldn't even want to talk to the waiter and order my own food.
Really?
And that's something I had to remember about myself. I had forgotten, I've since remembered it, for quite some time, but I had forgotten for a long time that I was at a point where I didn't feel comfortable talking to the wait staff.
So was
how
it like
silly is that?
Just like social anxiety, or
Probably. Like then I didn't have a place for anxiety. I didn't know what that was.
Okay.
It wasn't until I think 2018 that I discovered the attitudes I used to always get in high school right before a big event, like right before a dance or right before anything big. Just, I mean, attitude out of this world. Just, it was awful. Did not understand until 2018 that was anxiety. And that's just the way that it came out in me. You know, it was just sort of a buffer for me. I was afraid to do whatever, like, you know, just say snowball or winter dance. I was nervous about it. Like, am I going to get asked, or who am I going to go with? What am I going to wear? How is it going to be? So just all this anxiety building up, and I would just get an attitude. I do now know that that's just anxiety.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So, kind of along the same things, right? I would get the social anxiety for like big events or certain situations that
Right.
I was uncomfortable, and my dudeness, it was like you know, I feel ashamed for being scared. So then I would almost sabotage. Like I would just be an asshole. Just like, all right, I'm about to just roast everybody. If I'm uncomfortable,
Okay.
everybody, like these folks, they did nothing to me.
Right,
But if I'm
right.
uncomfortable, everybody gonna be uncomfortable. You know, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be the center of attention on my own terms instead of being the center of attention scared.
Yeah.
Like I really feel.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I would just kind of the opposite, just want to shrink, just shrivel up into a ball and not be seen. So how you go from that to, you know, being a preening peacock, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
But
it seems like it was the right way. Like you got to.
I mean, I don't know if it was the right way. It was a way. I don't know how right that way was.
I don't
'cause
know
it
about
was,
the path, but you seem like you're
was
doing
it was
great.
rough. Thank you, Ty. No, yeah, it was definitely, you know, it was rough. It was a lot of learning experiences, but I was speaking of my marriage being that point where I realized the true Taurus nature of myself. And just my temper, which that has nothing to do with Taurus. Thank you to my father. Yeah, but that B gene that all of us have, just the propensity to explode, just totally, you know. And like, I'm not a fighter. I've never actually been in a fight. Never been in a fight. That doesn't mean I haven't thrown things or tried to hit at somebody, but I've never actually been in a physical fight. But I fight verbally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, yeah.
Do you fight fair?
What is fair? I don't.
what is fair?
What do you call fair?
Fair. Well, I'm not talking about the complexion.
What do you call fair? I try not to go below the belt. Like I do make an attempt to not say things I can't recover from. There are times when in the heat of the moment, I've just been, you know, like, I don't give up, you know, and I'm just saying stuff. And then it's like, oh my gosh, how do I come back from that? But because I don't like that feeling of having to, you know, apologize and, you know, all that stuff, because I don't like apologizing. I mean, I do it because it's necessary.
Yeah.
But who likes to admit that they're wrong, especially when you aren't?
I only do it if it's righteous. Like,
Well.
all right, he was right about that thing. Hey, but you know, that's funny though. Like, I get you're talking about the commitment issues, right? But every relationship I've been in, that's been probably some of the moments of my most critical self-development. You know, it's just even if the relationship was shitty.
In the relationship?
Yeah, like, but
Okay.
it's like this situation taught me something about me that I can take. Like, this is totally outside of this person. Thank you for helping me get to this point. But
That's super mature,
Yeah.
though, because it took me goo gobs of relationships to figure out, like, the fault that I played in things.
no, I ain't saying nothing about fault. I'm talking about just getting better, learning new skills. Like the one girl taught me the military alphabet. That's cool. One girl taught me how to code.
You know what? I'm so done with you. Well, as for me, I chose to take those things. And really, I think it kind of started me sort of looking at the relationship thing when I started dating somebody who I recognized as someone that I used to be. And I didn't like it. And it felt so bad. Like, it was horrible. And I
Yeah.
thought I was this person to somebody. Not that terribly long ago, I was this person. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I really started to, you know, reflect. And I've talked about it before. I actually apologized to the individual because it was just really bad. It was bad. But what I recognized is that it was birthed out of my insecurities. I was projecting a lot of things, and I actually told him, I'm like, this doesn't mean that you weren't at fault for things, because you definitely were at fault for things, but I recognize, you know, sometimes the way you were reactions to how I was being, because I was being super over the top, you know, super clingy and just suspicious all the time, and just want to pick fights all the time, and just really, really horrible.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So over anything, stuff that didn't even matter. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to call you out now if it really matters. Yeah, I'm going to call you out. Like, if there's some things that I feel that are violating the basic tenets of who I am or what I expect from you, yeah, I'm going to call you out. And I might call you out more than once if you keep doing it.
Right.
But it's not that same sort of way that it was. And then eventually I do that, you know, remove myself from the situation thing, because
I've been insecure, jealous guy, and I hate when I'm like that. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, nigga, you better than this. Why are you following this girl?
Do you recognize do you recognize it in the moment, or is it not till you reflect later? You're like, man,
in the moment it's like, I know, but it's like, so what? We're doing it anyway.
We'll
figure it out later.
I mean, I've been in the car. I've been in the car driving past people's houses, and
Hey, where your sister at? You seen her? No, don't tell her. I'll be back around in about 10 minutes. Like,
I've absolutely done those things. Wow, don't do them anymore.
I would say that's a evolution for me, because I had a couple flare-ups younger me with that guy. Happening.
That really,
yeah, but it's been over a decade since I've been like that.
Good.
So I don't know if I'm matured or if I'm just jaded and I don't care that much anymore.
Oh,
it's
now
like,
see,
I don't care where you go. I'm not looking chasing you.
But okay, now it's good that you're not that person, but wouldn't you want it to be because you've grown from that, not that you've just had so many experiences, like you said, not that you're just jaded?
Yeah, I think. I mean, if I'm being honest, I think it's a combination of both. You know, just to a place to like, well, you know, you can't control people. They're going to do what you're going to do. Like, if I was to stalk and catch her doing something, I don't know how we're going to feel about it. You know, I might end up, her, him, and me, we all be on the great beyond. Because I wasn't thinking, you know. But so I don't know. Like, no good could come from that. You know, just being able to accept that as a mature adult, like, no good can come from this ratchet behavior. You know, instead of like young, you be like, I'm doing it anyway.
Right. I'm going to do it. I don't care, because it's how I feel.
Right.
Yeah. And now we're like, it's not even worth it.
Yeah. And then I'll be thinking about, like, do I want to deal with the consequences after? I'm going to have to clean up and then.
Not clean.
Don't want to have to deal with this.
They're going to spray the luminol and they still going to see it.
Too much. I'm not doing all that.
You're ridiculous. I'm glad I've grown out of that, you know, a lot of most of the stuff, the negative things, you know, the shyness, because that just, where are you going to go if you're scared to talk to anybody or do anything?
Right.
You know, you, like, the younger me could never have envisioned sitting behind a microphone with a camera in front of me. Like, and people on the other side of that.
Really?
There's no way in the world.
Wow.
Now, there are tons of pictures of me as a child, because I did used to, you know, same pose I do now, actually.
The same pose?
Yeah, hand on my head. Yeah, same exact pose in like almost all of my childhood pictures. So there was a little peacock, but I think that was at home around my family. You know, my grandparents, my mother. I think I was just comfortable. You know, my aunts. I think I was just comfortable there.
And now you're just letting it all hang out, baby.
Right, I know. Sometimes rein that back in, girl. Rein it all back in.
I should have met younger Tacoma. She seemed like way easier to knock.
Oh,
I ain't putting you shy. Come here, girl.
No, she probably was though. She was, because, and I had to admit this to myself not that long ago, that sure, it's easy to say, oh, looking for love in all the wrong places, and you know, you're trying to find substitutes for things. But honestly, I was expecting someone to do what I couldn't do. I wanted somebody to love me the way I couldn't love myself. And I would sort of pour all of this into somebody, you know, whatever it is that their passion was. Okay, this is what we're doing, because this is what you want to do. So, for example, my ex-husband, at a point, one of the things he did was drive 18-wheelers. So one day he's needing to, you know, they like the chrome shiny, right? Chrome's got to be shiny on a truck. So he's waxing and buffing the chrome, and I'm out there with a doggone buffer on the ground, sitting down on the ground, buffing.
Stand by your
the
man,
wheels.
baby.
I wish I would today.
Hey, but you know
On
what?
today.
Stand by your man.
I wish I would.
That's I don't even know what you call it, but it's avoidance. Like I think young me when I got married at 19, it was I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but my sense of purpose is going to be making her happy. Like she needs somebody in her life to take care of her. This is going to be my purpose in life. But this is me not dealing with my own shit. I had my own 19-year-old shit that I wasn't dealing with. Yeah. Nope, I'm over here now. And this is what I'm going to do.
Yep. And I think you're absolutely correct when you say avoidance, because me sort of diving into stuff other people were doing, it took the light off the fact that I wasn't developing myself.
Yeah, and you still,
because if I'm doing what you want done, I'm doing something,
and you still feel fulfilled.
Yeah, because you're doing something. But you over here, you have not done a bit of personal development. You done poured something into somebody else's stuff, and you feel fulfilled to a point, you know. But then as I got older, it stopped being fulfilling, and I didn't quite recognize it exactly for what it was. I knew it was more like busy work.
Yeah.
If I could just, use some kind of silly term, it was more like busy. Let me just do this because, I just need something to do. And I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know where I can excel. So wherever somebody else plants me, then I'll go with that.
Yeah.
And I was good at the different things. I was good at them because I'd be damned if I'm going to fail. But was I happy?
Yeah.
No. Not in the least bit. And it's funny. I don't know if that's part of the freedom of your 40s. I can recall being a much younger person and having older women. And when I say older, they were probably younger than I am right now. But at the time, they were older to me, telling me, "Oh, just wait. Just wait till you're in your 40s. You are not going to care what anybody says. It's all about what it is that you want to do, what makes you happy." They did not lie.
Yeah.
They did not lie. Now, I don't know if it's just because, you've got those years of life experience behind you, and you begin to recognize that the most important thing is you, and the most important thing is making sure that you fulfill yourself. Now, not to the detriment of somebody else, of course.
Yeah.
I do talk a lot about doing what one wants to do and, creating your own avenues. And that is very important. But I think it's also important to recognize that I don't mean that you just, every rule be damned and people's feelings be damned.
No,
you have to take things into consideration.
Yeah.
But still, the most important player on the team, that's going to be me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Through my lenses, that's going to be me.
Yeah. It took me a while to get to that point, and being responsible for my future. You know what I mean? Like I always say, I turned 18 when I turned 30, where I decided to be my own man and do it my own way and not what I've been taught I'm supposed to do and following these other paths. Because on one level, the paths are cool, but it took away all my personal responsibility. Like, I don't know if I want to do this. I'm just doing what I think is right or whatever, even though it sucks. I'm dying on the inside. I'm miserable, but at least I don't got to be responsible. I know what to do.
Tell me, how vastly different would you say? First of all, no. Who were you raised to be? What person were you raised to be? Not do, but be.
Just a good man. Eventually become a good father, a good husband.
Mortician.
Really, yeah, right. Just really community based. Just like good brother, good uncle, good all that stuff, which was cool in theory, you know what I mean?
Right.
But a lot of my interactions was around niggas who weren't raised with the same morals to do that. So it's like, I'm up here, well, this is the right thing. And niggas like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. We over here doing we do what we want to do.
I don't care what you talking about. Ain't nobody listening to you.
Yeah, but it was just like, I got to a point where I realized the love and the interest I put into people is valuable. So I got to be a little more cautious with that, a little more precious on who I give it out to instead of just
doling it out, to everybody.
And I think that was a bit of the
you get the love.
Yeah, right. And I think that was a bit of the not being responsible either. Like, well, I'm just a nice guy, so I'm just gonna do it to everybody. And it's like, no, this was a bad idea. I said that. No, that
You
went
didn't even
through.
read
That
it.
worked out the way I thought it would. But just even choose, you know what I'm saying? Just taking responsibility for what you have to offer and your time and your effort and your energy. And like, I'm not putting this over here because it's not worth it, you know?
Exactly. And you begin to recognize the value of you.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even with the best of intentions, we don't always, as young people growing up, get a good sense of what our value is. And maybe that's because, you know, the people responsible for rearing us are not quite sure how to convey that to you. You know, like with your family, of course, they just think you're precious. You know, you're just great. They love you, whatever. And that's wonderful. That's amazing. That's great. You need that. But like people outside your four walls, they don't give a damn about you.
At all.
So what's the foundation that you have that makes you walk outside of your house and know that, yeah, I am somebody, you know, like, no, I'm valuable.
Yeah.
No, I'm good people. And I can't, I don't know that I necessarily had that. Now, not that it probably wasn't conveyed to or tried to, you know, they tried to instill that, but I really just felt like that only mattered to the people in my family.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really know how to take that outside of, how does that translate outside of these folks here? And that's something that I had to sort of learn on my own is, you know, that the value of myself. I don't remember when I started the Fabulous Star thing with my children. It might have been Tristan. Eric, I'm sorry if you didn't get Fabulous Star, but I would make this child say every day that she was a fabulous star and like all these other little affirmations. No, that's
You
good,
smart,
but it's so corny.
you's important, you special.
It was so corny. I would have done it differently now. I mean, I would have still done that, and I would have done it with all of them, but I would have done that. Just, I don't know, put probably a little more meat to it. But yeah,
but
she's
I mean,
a fabulous star.
star.
Just like the hell, fabulous star.
Look, she gonna be in an argument with her dude like, yeah, I'm a fabulous star, nigga. Don't you know?
But she is, though. She is a fabulous star. I love all three of them. All three of them are absolutely wonderful human beings. They really are. From the oldest, the middle, the youngest. They are great people, despite some of the things I may have done, you know, that weren't quite, if I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know, the mistakes that I made and the things that I was going through that may have gotten in the way of parenting.
Ain't no handbook for this. Me and my daughter raised each other.
Seriously, no handbook for this. It's not. And, you know, as a young person, it's really easy to blame your parents. I mean, I was at a point where it's like, you know, my parents, my mother, my father, I'm blaming. And you can do that. But at the point at which you learn and you begin to take responsibility for you, then it's time to work all that out. Like you have to sit and unpack those bags and undo some of the things that may have been done. That's the onus is on you because they did the best they could in some cases, and some people's folks didn't do jack. But that's on you when you get of age and you have the tools and you see right from wrong and you understand where, you know, you may fall short in some things or where you're just not happy. Because the measuring stick doesn't have to come from somebody else necessarily. Yeah. So if you are not living up to your own standard, then that's time for you to do that. You can't keep blaming mom and dad because you grown and they did what they could.
But you know, everybody think the way they think is right, you know?
Yeah, but you do. But even in that, like, you have to be mature enough to recognize that there's other ways. Like, for as much as I'm really stubborn, really stubborn, and I think how I think and I believe how I believe, I understand that there are people who don't subscribe to that thing. And I have to be mature enough to accept that and not, you know, make difference because they're not coming to my side of things. Well, if you want to keep bumping your head against the, you know, the wall, then that's on you. But really just accepting. And that's a big part of like who I've become now, because I'm super judgmental, like judgmental like a mug. I mean, and I've really had to temper that, because judgmental of me first, like incredibly judgmental of my own self. And then if I'm gonna judge me, I'm gonna judge you too.
Oh, you get everybody getting it.
Oh yeah, everybody get you all catching it. All of us, we all going down. But that's something that I've had to temper, because that's not, who am I to judge what somebody else does? Like what? That's not my business. I don't need to be the boss of you and what you're doing. I need to just handle me, me and mine, you know. And that doesn't mean me and you know, I'm not trying to have a hand in even the people that are close to me. I don't need to run your stuff.
Right.
I need to run me. And if I run me efficiently and effectively, that's going to spill over around me, you know, to those folks around me.
It's going to trickle down, you know?
Yeah, it's going to trickle down.
True.
Yeah, so definitely a different person. Like,
yeah,
a totally different person, which is cool for me. It feels better.
Do you like yourself more now?
I love myself now,
Yeah.
and I can honestly say there were points in my life that where I didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't. I don't think I recognized it, you know, but had I have loved myself, there are so many situations I would not have put myself in. There are so many things I would not have done, because they were destructive.
Yeah.
Passively destructive maybe, but destructive
Still.
nonetheless. Yeah. So, and if you have a love for yourself and a love for what you want to see yourself do, then there are just certain places you're not going to allow yourself to be. And I don't necessarily mean physical places, you know, but there are certain places where you won't allow yourself to be when you do have that love for yourself. But yeah, I do. I really do love myself now.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that so again, let's go back. I did say that a lot of my dating was looking for folks to fill that void, to love me in the way that I couldn't quite love myself. I'm asking you to do something I can't even do. Right? Like that's crazy as hell.
It's dope that you recognize that, though.
At this stage of it, but I think a lot of people recognize it. I think.
I'm just,
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Say, not in the moment. Girl, like,
you.
I don't, what type of man is you? You can't even make me happy.
But I think at this point, the perpetual, like I used to feel, I described myself as a what was that? Serial monogamist. That's how I did describe myself at a point. Always in a relationship, right? Always. I mean, there was hardly a point where I was free. I hadn't had a chance to get over. That's so trifling. Hadn't had a chance to get over one, but I'd be in long-term relationships, you know. But I was so uncomfortable alone. Now, man, listen. And I don't know if that's because I don't need anybody to give me that love.
Yeah.
So I'm more selective right now. Like, I'm just like, no, like that. Okay, that looks good. That seems good.
Has this been since you've been doing your show, or like?
Oh no, it was before then.
Before then, okay.
Yeah, it was before. Yeah, it was before then.
Well, the reason I ask is like doing a lot of this stuff, like even especially with stand up, like whatever validation I was getting from out here in the streets, fucking, I haven't been as thirsty for it. You know what I mean?
Because you're getting it elsewhere.
Yeah, yeah. And like, so now I'm trying to get this money. Like, I left my dick is on a shelf in the closet.
It's in a box.
It's in a box. It's on one side. The ammo's on the other. I'm just out here trying to get this money.
Oh my goodness.
But like it's about, you know, sometimes we get into these relationships for all sorts of reasons besides I like you. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Because if I sit down, I really don't like you that well.
At all, right.
Like, I don't like you. Why am I with you?
Right.
I don't even like
Oh,
you.
I don't want to be alone. Come back. Come back.
Exactly. And now it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, all right then. No, I can't even do it, bruh. I'm sorry, because I don't need you to love me that way. So at this point, when I choose to deal with somebody, however I'm dealing with them, you know, when it's more than platonic, however I'm dealing with a person, it's because I want to. It's not because of what you're giving me. You know, it's not because you're filling a void.
Right.
It's because I feel a certain way. I feel a certain way and I want to act on it. And it is what it is, you know. But yeah, I'm not just out here like, I'll take anything. I'll take anybody. No.
It was a time for me. You know. Hey, Cheryl, you want some dick? All right.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, no.
Yeah.
I'm far too shy and self-conscious to just be like that kind of whore. I'm sorry. I wasn't calling you.
No offense taken.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. I know it's you.
Yeah.
But no, I couldn't just be like, I won't say I envy women like that, but I look at women like that like, man, damn. I looked at women like that like, wow. But you know, the self-conscious and the I
think it looks cool. I don't think it's no happy hoes. Just, I mean, it might be cool for our summer, but I don't think
to live your life that way.
Yeah, I don't think women are happy doing it. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's again, it probably comes to what most everything else comes to. What is the motivation behind it? Like,
Exactly.
why are you doing it? If you're out here. And a whole, like, who's defining, what is the definition and who is giving that definition? So
Right.
we won't even say that. If somebody is promiscuous, all right, which just sleeping around. I mean, if you're doing it just because you like sex
Yeah.
and you're not doing it because you want somebody to love you,
Right.
make me feel good. You just want somebody to make you I can't. But yeah, I mean, so you can be happy. Because you're not trying to get anything from them other than what you got from them. That's what you want.
And maybe that's it. Maybe if you're honestly doing it, then you could be happy.
Yeah, if you're
using it as a means to an end, then you're probably not going to be happy.
Yeah, like if you're doing it to, you know, sleep your way up, or if you're doing it to fill a void, well, that's problematic. Because nobody else can give you what you can give yourself first. People have to be, like, in a relationship, that other person has to be an asset. Like, they need to help make things, they need to be a compliment.
Yeah.
They need to be a compliment to you. So, like, I don't need you to fill any voids. I need you to be supportive, and I need you to, you know, and the void you feel, okay, companionship, you know, because human beings like companionship, certainly. But I'm talking about voids like, oh, my heart hurts. I just want somebody to love me. No, I love myself.
Yeah.
And there's people around me that, you know, we have loving relationships. So no, I don't need you to do that. I need you to play a different role. Which again, when you're full of that love for yourself and confidence in yourself, you don't need anybody else to do that for you.
Yeah, this is all enhancement. My shit already goes good. I just want to add this on to it.
Yeah, let's add this because I like this feeling. Like, this is cool. Like, I already like, you know, because that's how I can sit at home and not feel like I need to be out and be, you know, looking for whatever. Because I'm cool. Like, it's cool. I enjoy the way people like hanging out with me. I enjoy hanging out with me.
Yeah.
Like, I get a kick out of sitting with myself and, you know, watching TV or being creative or whatever. Like, I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Now, there are times when I feel lonely. I'm not going to lie. There are times when you want another human being, you know, somebody besides your dog to talk to. But, you know, there's people there for that. You know, they're there. And those moments aren't that often.
I don't think I ever get lonely. I think I get more horny than lonely. You know what I mean? That's usually when I make, like, bad decisions. I'm like, all
You
right.
got to temper those decisions. You got to temper the impulses.
This is the most tempering I've done. I've been temperance.
though.
I'm just Jonah
Temperance.
Truth out here. It's been temperance. I've been trying, but it still gets the you know, sometimes Bocephus will overwhelm you.
Yeah, Bocephus is a mug, right?
Yeah. I just need some disposable pussy. I don't need a whole
Not
host of whole.
disposed. So that's where what you would call the hoe would come in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because she's not trying to have a relationship with you. She's just trying to get
But she
hers
probably
off, and so are you.
She probably gonna need a place to stay and $40. It's gonna be a lot.
Oh gosh, here we go with this $40 thing. Remember how perplexed I was about that $40 thing? And you know, y'all laugh about the song I like to hype myself up to there's two songs I like to hype myself. Yeah, and the other one is International Players Anthem. I wonder why I like that. I don't know. But he talks about $40 in the club and one of those, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've been listening to this song. That totally escaped me.
That's the standard.
That $40.
That's the.
I still don't know who standard
That's
is.
the Kelly Blue Book for one night stands.
Man, please. Please.
Yeah.
You better ask something. Really?
I didn't call something for cheaper.
You need to come holler at a sister. You selling yourself way too cheap.
Hey, look, I was telling my homegirl that, right? Because she's all, fancy, but her homegirl's a hoe. Just obvious. You see her homegirl, like, oh, that's a hoe, right?
Oh, wow.
And she's like, I don't know why whenever it's last call, she gets all the play. I'm like, because she looks like a good time. You look like responsibility.
Yeah.
You look like dignity and dates and 3 months from now, maybe. She looks like tonight, Jack. Like,
And it can be a little, I'm trying to, been in a situation where I was like, I don't understand. Like, I don't really get it. I'm right here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm right here. What's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm looking grand. Why am I not getting hollered at? Why is somebody? And so somebody tried to tell me, like, low-hanging fruit or whatever. And I'm like, no, I still don't buy that. That still don't sound right. But I mean, you're gonna go for what's easiest. Who wants to work hard at something like that?
But you look good, you talk good. I would see you out in the streets like, you know what? She's probably gonna make me a better man. I could see it in her. She's just a good woman. I like that. But then I see I'm like, yeah, but she's probably gonna suck me off tonight. So I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna go talk to her,
dude.
Hopefully, I can meet you when I'm more mature.
Oh my God. See, and that's a place to be.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of us know that that's where we're at. Mentally, it's just like whatever. But we try, because some guys just try to treat all women like hoes. Like, oh,
yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know. Like knowing where you at, you be like, all right. Some women I meet, I'm like, I'm not even going to distract her with my bullshit. She got something good going.
Like, I ain't even going to hold you.
Yeah, you got it, baby.
Go on. 'Cause I'm not about that life right now today. So, no, ma'am.
Mess us both up.
I ain't paying no bills. I ain't checking in. I ain't about to be there when you roll over.
I wouldn't mind doing that. I don't know when. Like, I've never felt certain about the one.
Really?
Like, I've always had women like, this is probably the best I'm going to do. I've felt that before, but I've never been like, you know what, her specifically.
You've actually felt like this is the best you're going to do?
Well, at that point in my life, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but.
So you've never been with somebody and been like, I can do better than this?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But, depending on what I was doing in my life.
That's not your standard.
Like, I've had a couple of different lives. So when I first graduated, and I was doing the funeral home thing, right?
Right.
I had met this woman. I'm like, okay, she's a good fit for this funeral home life I want to do.
Okay, yeah.
Her resume matches up.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm not going to do better than that, right?
Gotcha.
Or even before that, when I was living in Pittsburgh. I'm like, okay, this is.
You lived in Pittsburgh?
So I went to mortuary school.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I've had thoughts like, okay, this is good for what I got going on, but I've never met a woman like her. The rain, shine, it's always her. I've never met a woman I'm like her. Like just certain. And I don't know if that's my own whateverness, but I would like to feel, if I felt certain, I feel like I would definitely, because I've been a better man to lesser women. You know what I'm saying? So I know for her,
right,
I would do it.
You could definitely be that person. Yeah. I have finally learned. Now, we know that I have a type, right? I mean, I like them. I'm welcome. Okay, yes. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, we know. I got a type. Whatever. But I think that I have finally been honest with myself about the personality type that I feel like I need, and why I grow weary and tired and bored with things. Because, I joke with you about the commitment issue thing.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know, it skeeves me out a little bit. It just, I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to commit to, one way of looking, let alone, because I like to change up.
Is it an issue for you though? You seem okay about your life and decisions.
Yeah, I am okay with the fact that it's not necessarily a problem. It might be a problem for other people, but it's not necessarily, it really is only a problem when I think about, man, you get tired of people so quick. Like, that's not right.
But you own it, though.
That's so wrong.
Most women be like, no, niggas ain't shit, and just.
No. Some of them are. I mean, but but
you don't seem like a negative outlook on it at
No,
all.
I don't try to. No, and there are some F boys out there. Like, let's be clear, there are definitely some men that just need to go sit down
And
somewhere.
There's some F men out here too, baby. You talk about it, you know what I'm saying?
Anyways, I can't deal with you, really. But there are. But I'm not, sort of a man hating woman. I'm not, all men ain't shit. No, I'm not going to say that. That is absolutely not the case. Now, they all give you a run. They, y'all are all a trip. But to say that to really degrade you, just like women are, people are a trip. People are weird. People are, very interesting, and not necessarily in a good way all the time. So yeah, I can't stand when men are like, yeah, see, y'all women, y'all. I'm like, but the woman you're describing is not me. Like, that ain't me. So no. But y'all always say, no, y'all don't. Because all of us do not say that all men are X, Y, and Z. Stop throwing everybody in one pot, and trying to qualify me based on your experience with, the hood rats you keep choosing. Like, that's not my fault. You need to make better choices. But yeah, so I've identified like what really floats my boat. And I think it's funny when they say that women sort of like who their men like their fathers, and you and your mommy issues. And no,
yes, ma'am.
You always say that. But really, I think about my grandfather and the type of person he was, and like that's part of it.
Is that your type? Like
that like I like somebody who is powerful in their own right, like whatever their lane is. Like when you are owning whatever your lane is, and you're just doing your thing. Love that. Like somebody in control. Love it. I don't know. It's just this thing. And that's obvious. That's who he was, very much in control. Very much a gentleman as well. Just an extreme gentleman. But I love creative people as well. Because I love men who just can fit in different boxes, do different things.
Absolutely.
You're not just a one-trick pony. Because I'm not a one-trick pony. So I don't want to be with a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
I don't want to just... all we're going to do is watch the game, or all we're going to do is, no.
Yeah.
Or all we talk about is what's on Netflix or what's on Hulu. No, I don't like that. Like, what are you doing? What are you working on? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies, your interests, where is your creativity?
Do you have new thoughts from time to time?
That are not, from other things, like things that you actually develop in your own head.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that sort of thing. I like to be, I don't know, I guess I want to be wild every day.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that though. Like a little surprise every day. Something.
I don't need him to, be pulling a rabbit out of his head. Well, maybe I do. But
Pull a rabbit out your head, girl.
I don't need tricks every day.
Yeah.
But I do want him to be an interesting human being. Have some different stuff to talk about.
I'm looking for the same. Like, I don't. It doesn't have to be tricks or surprises, but just something new of interest, and not even like. It doesn't have to be like you wrote a report, but just
right.
You know what I'm saying. Like, what I was thinking. Milk is just cereal water. Whatever. Just give me something. Okay, that's interesting. Whatever. You know what I mean? But give me something to. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
To latch on to.
Oh my gosh, milk is just cereal water.
It is, right?
I want a t-shirt that says milk is just cereal. Yeah. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah, but just something.
Can you make me a
though.
t-shirt that says milk is just cereal water?
I'm gonna jot it down for you. We're gonna call my t-shirt guy tomorrow.
Yeah, please. Oh gosh. But yeah, really though, it doesn't have to be E equals MC squared or anything like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the theory of relativity. It could be whatever, just a new thought.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. And so, I wasn't concerned about that earlier on. I am quite concerned about that now.
Yeah.
So I'm single.
Yeah, right. And look, I was concerned earlier, and like I was trying to be all this stuff that guys are supposed to be, and like this is what you're supposed to do, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, most niggas don't do this. This shit is valuable. So like, what are you giving me for me? I'll do the job. I will do it. But what am I getting in exchange? You know?
What do you expect? What would you like in exchange? You know, you always hear what the man wants. What? Like, what do you actually want?
I really just want equal effort. Like I always say, feed me, fuck me, have my back, stay pretty, right? And on a base level, that's cool. You know what I mean? But I would like some form of friendship. You don't gotta be my best friend, but just, you know, like I want to hear what you have to say. Type of friendship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know. I know usually women have events that I don't necessarily want to do, but I'm willing to do. Like I don't want to go to Lowe's and pick out stuff for your garden. I mean, whatever, I'll go, but I don't want to.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
But you're not gonna act like a butthole when you go, are you?
Not if there's some diversity. If we can mix it up, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like after that, go somewhere you want to go.
Yeah, go shoot some pool after or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just
Are you my match?
I think so. Oh, baby, you feeling it too?
Anyway.
I was gonna wait till the camera was up. I thought you.
You are so silly.
Wedding coming next year, y'all. Hey, but no, like, but just being able to, I don't know, guys, compromise, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But like,
That's what a relationship is.
I don't think
though.
people do. I think people would get to a point where it's like, I'm not doing that shit. You know, we together.
They do.
I'm not doing that.
But then that's when you start taking somebody else for granted. You know, taking someone else for granted, and in that same vein, you're devaluing yourself as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just not willing to do that. And I understand, like I've been married. You know, you've been married, so we understand.
I just got my value this high. I'm not devaluing a damn thing.
Yeah, it ain't coming down.
It ain't
yet.
coming down right.
I've worked hard at getting this value up where
Right.
it is now. You don't know where I used to be. Ain't no, nah, you're not gonna mess with that. But yeah, and I don't know, when I talk about relationships or marriages and, you know, why people stay in stuff that they're not happy in, I do understand that sometimes it's hard to untangle a lifetime of things. Even if it's not the emotion of things, sometimes it's, you know, the assets. It can be hard to untangle a lot of things when you've been intertwined with somebody for a really long time, even if you are miserable. Now, do I think it's crazy to stay in a situation where you're not happy? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't think that serves anybody well. I think that you can probably be more respectful to the person once you're out, because you're able to, you know, maneuver a little bit differently and see things differently.
Not thinking about killing you every day like I was when you was in my face.
Yeah, like I don't even want to be at home. Okay. You know, like, no, I really wish I would go back through that again. There's no way in the world.
Yeah. And that's the best thing about evolution, man. Like, if you get to something like, all right, well, this is permanent. I don't have to worry about doing this bullshit no more. I've reached this checkpoint. That part of my life is over with.
Right. But even when you reach the checkpoint, the work doesn't stop.
Right.
Because you're evolving. Whether it's your personal evolution, you're in your relationships with, you know, a mate or your children or other family members, friends, colleagues, whatever it is. Like, there's always a higher level that we can aspire to. Even when you love yourself, like yourself, you're in a good place, you can still learn more. You can still be better. Yeah. Right? You can still be better. For as good as I feel right now, I could be better, because there are times when I do still fall in the slump. So there are times I need to figure that out so that those things don't happen. So yeah, even when you find yourself, and people like to call you out on things like, you brand new, how you gonna get an attitude when you got all these bracelets on and all these crystals? And okay, still human being, things still happen and still get affected by emotions, because I still have them. Do I have a little bit more checking and balancing to do? Maybe so. But don't throw the whole damn evolution up to this point away just because I'm not perfect all the time, because who is? Ergo evolution. Just keep growing and keep evolving and keep doing better and being better. And I think a good way to measure where you are or the growth that you've achieved is how you feel on the inside. You know, when you can look back at the person you were raised to be, and then you look at the person that you chose to become, and you measure how that served you, and then fine tune and tweak that to the person that you are now, and how is that serving you? I mean, I think those are good ways to measure for yourself without somebody else having to tell you, oh, I see you've done this, or I see you've done that. You know, you can keep tabs on it yourself. And like I always say, which is really, really true, honestly, when you look at things through different lenses, then it causes you to react differently. You know, it causes you to act and react differently.
I love how you just paraphrased the whole
I did, because it's coming. Because it's coming. Thank you. Okay. Yes. I'm not new
when
to
you
this.
change
I'm
your
true to
ocular
this.
focus,
Right.
That's so good. That's so good.
Thank you, Tyrone.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta find ways. Yeah, I think quickly on my feet sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
Yeah, but no, for sure though.
Yeah, really. So, learning more about you, learning what makes you tick, learning the things that you don't like about yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me what you don't like about yourself. Nip Tuck was one of my favorite shows. But anyway.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. But really, ask yourself, what don't I like about me, and how can I fix it?
Yeah.
And how can you be better for you? It doesn't have to be for somebody else, because if it's for you, invariably, it's going to be better for the people around you and the people that truly love you and care about you. So, yeah, this has been an interesting talk about, little exposés about our lives and our...
They saw me.
Right. Oh, they saw. Oh, yeah.
Be nice.
Be kind.
Right.
I'm a kind and gentle spirit. But really, though, I encourage everybody, just keep growing. Keep growing. Do what makes you feel good. But bear in mind that you don't want to just, decimate people.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So this has been another episode of Tea Time with Tacoma Maria. Of course, with my lovely co-host, Tyrone.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you, Tyrone. And when you change how you view things, then you change how you do things. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Peace.